This presentation is an overview of the ACE student interview process. Hello, I'm Dr. Kurt Alley, manager of the Advancing Career and Education program. Today I will talk with you a little bit about the student interview process and some items that we have discussed in the past during orientation and that you've heard during your ACE classes. The overview for this presentation is that we will first talk about the purpose of the ACE program. We will then talk about the student project match data, the ACE student interview itself, the relationship between the interview and the projects to which students are assigned, how you personally can benefit from the ACE student interview process, what you need to do in order to participate fully and get the most benefit, and then lastly we'll wrap up with a summary. So the purpose of the ACE program. As a reminder, during orientation, I presented a brief overview of the ACE program, and during that we talked about how many students upon arrival at IIT Stewart come into the university having made some plans for themselves for the future, which is great. And we have found that about 2 out of 5 students are planning to remain in the United States to either do an internship while they're still in school or to pursue OPT after graduation in order to work for a longer period of time in the United States, and potentially they wish to remain here. Something else that we found is that, while you're here, all IIT Stewart students are exposed to a lot of different activities. So the IIT Stewart CMC is hard at work scheduling opportunities for students to meet with professionals in the field to learn more about what they can do with their degree programs upon graduation. There's many opportunities to meet different professionals and to engage with faculty and external individuals in order to learn more about your chosen field of study. And with all this activity, students learn about the different opportunities and more options become available to them. And because of that, we find that many students might change their plans. And we see that around 4 out of 5 students in their second year or when they're nearing time for internship have decided, yes, I do want to try to get an internship in the United States while I'm here, or maybe I want to try to get a job to use my OPT, or maybe try to stay in the United States. So in order to plan for the fact that students may change their mind, and you may be one of these students who in the future sometime decides that they want to get an internship or use their OPT to get a job in the United States. And so in order to plan for this, we have the ACE program. And the ACE program exists to help students, including yourself, increase your U.S. workplace knowledge and related skills. So we believe that it would be unfair to not to provide you with no preparation for an internship or for a potential OPT job, and then expect you to be able to get that on your own, or to be able to walk into those situations and ready to perform like the young professionals that you are becoming. So the ACE program exists to help all students build their skills and increase their workplace knowledge so that when they do enter into an internship or enter into a job after graduation, that they feel more prepared to do so. As a part of the ACE program, there's the ACE Partner Project or ACE Partner Experience, which is an applied learning experience. So this allows students to engage in the workplace, to engage with professionals and co-workers, to learn about what it's like to work in the United States, to learn about some of the cultural differences between their home countries and that of the United States. Many of these things we've talked about in ACE class, but the Applied Learning Experience, the ACE Partner Project, allows students to kind of see those things in action. The partner experience and interacting with other professionals outside of IIT Stewart allows students to practice and enhance their transferable skills. These are skills that are relevant regardless of the job that you're in, and these may include things that, like we've talked about, communication skills, critical thinking skills, self-management, organizational skills, creativity, leadership, all of those different kinds of skills that a person can use in any kind of job that they're in. So the Applied Learning Experience and ACE Partner Project allows students to practice those skills. And it also allows students to practice both their written and verbal communication skills. So interacting with more individuals outside of Stewart and getting more practice in those areas can definitely benefit students with their not only practicing their English communication skills, but also their professional communication skills. So those skills that they are more likely to use in a workplace setting. So some of the parameters around the Applied Learning Experience and the ACE Partner Project and the program. As you all know, the completion of the ACE program is required to graduate from IIT Stewart, and it is also required to receive internship or co-op approval. Students who do not complete the ACE program in a timely fashion are withheld from completing internships or co-ops, so those opportunities, they're benefits and they're not rights, so those opportunities can be delayed until a student has completed the ACE program. And also it's part of the degree audit process, so when your academic advisor is reviewing your transcript in order to determine whether or not you're eligible to graduate, they are checking to see whether or not you have completed the ACE program successfully. In order to complete the program successfully, all students must receive an 80% or higher in both SSB 510 and SSB 511, so the two ACE program courses. And as a part of SSB 511, students are required to complete at least 70 project hours with their ACE partner. The time frame for completion of the 70-hour project requirement for those students who are assigned to complete projects during the spring semester, they are able to work from mid-January until the end of April. And for students who are assigned to a project during the fall semester, and they're completing the project at that time, may accumulate hours from the end of August until mid to the end of November. Some of the limitations that we work with when managing this applied learning experience, one of the major ones that you may have heard about in class is that due to your visa status, we are unable to match you with a project based upon its relevance to your major. So simply because we have a marketing project does not necessarily mean that we can specifically match a marketing student with that project. Just because we have a finance project does not mean that only finance students will be assigned to those kinds of projects. And I'll talk more about how the projects are assigned in just a few minutes. It's also good to know that neither myself, the ACE program manager, nor the supervisors at the projects to which you are assigned can require you to work more than 70 hours. So, as I mentioned just a minute ago, the requirement is that all students have to complete at least 70 hours, but you do not have to complete any more than that unless you want to do so. So the project that you're working on, you might really enjoy it. You might want to see it through until the end. Maybe there's only 3 or 5 hours left and then it will be completely done. And if you would like to stay and complete those projects, you are more than welcome to do so. In order to make sure that the ACE partner project does not interfere with your core class studies. You may work up to, but no more than, 10 hours per week with your ACE partner. On average, students work between 7 and 8 hours per week, so that's basically one full day with their ACE partner. This allows them to spend enough time with the organization or on the project that they understand how things work in that office space, that they're making significant progress on their project, so that they are not behind in any way. And as I mentioned, it allows for more and better interaction with supervisors. Regarding the student project match data, so the partners that we work with, the organizations that submit projects, they submit a lot of different kinds of projects, and of course all of the students that are at IIT Stewart and in the ACE program have a lot of different skills and have a lot of different experiences. So in order to balance that, we collect some data. The data that we collect from students will be collected during the ACE student interview process. And this includes instructor ratings upon 8 workplace skills. So these are 8 skills that are commonly sought after in the workplace. And during the student interview, your instructor will ask questions related to many of these skills. Your instructor will also look at your performance on homework and your performance in class to determine ratings to give you on these skills. We will also ask you to complete a self-report assessment on the computer programs that you know how to use. So these would include any finance software that you might know how to use, any graphic design, any database software. So any kinds of software that ACE partners might find useful in completing their projects. We'll ask you to tell us what your skill level is with those programs. And then lastly, we'll also ask you about your preferences on the size, environment, and location of the ACE partner project experience. Again, these are preferences, so I'm not able to guarantee that you will get the size that you want, the environment that you want, or the location that you want. But we do like to get an idea of what students' preferences are, so that we can do our best to match on at least some of these preferences. Like I said, I may not be able to match you on all 3, but maybe I can match you on 1. Similarly, from the ACE partners, we receive registration data on their projects. So the ACE partners also look at those same 8 workplace skills and rank them based upon what is needed to complete the project. They also rank the computer programs and what level of sophistication and skill is needed in order to do well on the project. And then the partners also provide us with an idea of how large their organization is, what the environment is like, and where they are located, so that we can use all of that information when matching students to projects. So this diagram just gives you an idea of, the red circle is your student interview data, and the yellow circle is the data that we receive from the ACE project registration. And the more that those overlap, the more likely it is that you'll be able to complete the project well. And so when I'm matching students with a project, I'm looking for where the student skills match and overlap with the requirements submitted by the ACE partner. So what's the relationship between the ACE student interview and the projects to which students are assigned? So as I mentioned, successful matches rely upon me receiving accurate data from both the students and the partners. As I discussed during the interview, you will be asked questions about your previous work experience, any internship experience, your skills, abilities, your undergrad degree program, any projects that you did during school, anything that will help us understand what it is that you can do as best as possible. We'll also be looking at how ACE partners describe their experience, the required experience, skills, and abilities that are needed in order to complete the projects that they submit. And then by comparing both groups, we can determine the project that is the best fit for each student. So specifically, the ACEstudent interview. During the ACEstudent interview, we'll be collecting data on your skills, abilities, and experiences. So again, looking at those transferable skills that you have, as well as computer programming knowledge and knowledge with specific applications. So that's one purpose of the interview. Another purpose is to give you a mock interview experience. This allows you the opportunity to practice answering questions using the STAR method. It's also an opportunity to ask questions to your instructor about your grade or about your performance in ACE or about anything that may be on your mind related to your career development and pursuing an internship or a job while you are at IIT Stewart. So what are some of the benefits of participating in the ACEstudent interview? And how does it benefit you? Well, first, it allows you to have some input into the type of organization or project you will receive. As you may remember, during the interview, we will be collecting data upon some of your preferences and some of the experiences that you've had in the past, and we'll use that data to match you with a project. Participating in the interview also helps us provide you with a partner organization within a 1-hour commute of your home address. So the ACE program policies allow us to match students with an organization that is located up to 1 hour away from their home address, and that is mapped using Google Maps. So by typing in your home address and the address of the ACE partner, we are able to determine how far away it is and how long on average it might take you to go there. And as long as that average is around 1 hour, that project is considered an acceptable match with that student. The interview also provides us an idea of your previous experiences and expertise and how they apply to the project submitted by partners. So the more we know about you, the better able we are to match you with a project that would fit your previous skills and abilities. And it's also an opportunity for you to practice answering interview questions in a simulated situation. So it's an opportunity for you to practice using the STAR method. It's an opportunity for you to practice using your professional communication skills. It's an opportunity for you to practice asking questions related to that you might ask in an interview, or practice answering those, asking those kinds of questions. In order to participate in this process, what is it that you need to do? So the first thing that you'll need to do is to schedule the interview with your instructor, and you can do that by using the doodle link in the ACEstudent interview email and register for a time that works best for you. If there is a conflict with that time, you are able to go into the doodle link and cancel your time and reschedule it. It is extremely important that if you are unable to attend the interview time that you have selected, that you do cancel it, because the instructors have a very limited schedule on which they can do these interviews. And if you schedule a time, forget to go, forget to cancel, that is a time that another student could have participated. And if you don't cancel, your instructor may not let you make it up. So it's very good practice in order to make sure that you participate fully in the process, that you either cancel your appointment through Doodle, or that you contact your supervisor as soon as you can and let them know if you are unable to make a time that you have scheduled. The second thing to do is to complete the student technology survey. So again, this is available in a link provided in the email that you received. So click that link, complete the information, and provide a self-assessment on how well you know each of the computer programs listed. As discussed in ACE, you'll want to prepare for the interview by reviewing your resume. Consider some of the behavioral interview questions that we have been talking about in class, and some of the typical questions that a person might ask during an interview. And when you're responding to those questions, you want to make sure that you specifically talk about what you have done in the past and how it relates to the question being asked. Remember to use the STAR method. So describe the overall situation that you faced, outline the tasks that you were assigned, summarize the actions that you took to complete the tasks, and explain the result of the work that you did. This will help us make sure that the ratings that the instructors are providing to you on those workplace skills are as accurate as they can be. And it's also important to remember to arrive early. In ACE class, you have learned that it's appropriate to arrive a few minutes early in order to maintain appointments, and we are requesting that you arrive at least 5 minutes early to maintain your ACE student interview appointment. So a quick summary. The ACE program exists in order to help students build their skills and their workplace skills, their acculturation skills, and to become more able to interact well within the United States workplace. And we believe that by providing this opportunity, we are enabling students to perform better than students who do not have a program like the ACE program. We will be collecting data from ACE partners and from students on specific skills and criteria, so that we can match you with a partner, a project that fits your skills and behaviors, so that your experience is as good as it can be. And also, don't forget to remember to schedule the interview with your instructor using the Doodle link in the ACEsTudent interview email. Complete the student technology survey using the link in the email that you received. Also, remember to review your resume and practice using the STAR method. And finally, arrive at least 5 minutes early in order to maintain your appointment. If you have any questions about this process or the content of this presentation, please feel free to contact me. Again, I'm Kurt Alley, manager of the Advancing Career and Education program at IIT Stewart. My phone number and email are on the screen. You may also visit me during open office hours on Tuesdays from 10 until 11 and on Fridays from 1 until 3. Thank you very much.